Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cantina Coffee Hour. Good morning, or afternoon, depending on where you're at. It's actually almost afternoon here, too. I hope you guys are doing very well. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry for being a little bit late. That is completely my fault. And yeah, when's the last time we did a coffee hour, you guys? Been probably, I don't know, you guys in the chat would know, probably about a year. But anyway, Saturday morning, instead of Saturday morning cartoons, we have Saturday morning Cantina Coffee Hour. What's better than Saturday morning cartoons? Not Cantina Coffee Hour, but I'm sure there's something out there that's just as good or even better. So it is great to be here, you guys, on this lovely day. I hope everybody's doing well. It is great to see you guys here in the chat hanging out and talking. We're going to talk toys today, of course, because what else would we be talking about other than toys and collectibles and all that fun stuff? So I hope you guys are doing very, very well. We got a few range of things to talk about. Today we're going to look at that McFarlane Joker. Have you guys seen this McFarlane Joker? It's interesting. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into TVC Bay's Malbus, something brand new from earlier within the last week or so. Pre-orders that went up for TVC earlier this week. Some little mini helmet pre-orders. Have you seen these things? I'm sure you have. We've talked about them before. We'll get into those. And then, of course, our primary segment today is the revenge of the weird. Because what is better than weird? I'll wait. Right in the chat. What's better than weird? I don't know. And then, of course, we will end, as always, with new acquisitions, brand new things that we've added to our collections. I have a few things to show and tell. So we'll get into that at the very end of the show. And we're going to have a good time doing it. Of course, we have our friend Emma Jade backstage waiting to come on to the show here. She's in the green room. We'll bring her on in just a minute. But first, let's see who is hanging out so far with us in the chat. Let's see. We've got Adam, our moderator. What is up, Adam? Okay. Looks like some of the comments got cut off at some point, but that's okay. That's okay. Good to see you, Adam. Thank you for keeping us safe here in the cantina, as always. Dodgson says, just got back from the swap meet and I have some finds from last week. I've been meaning to share. Cool. Thanks for tending the soda fountain, Dodgson. We will look at your acquisitions. We'll await those with great enthusiasm. Let's see here. Sci-Fi Dude, what is up? Good to see you. Whom else is here? Dum, 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 dum. Ooh, we got our friend Britt. Britt, glad you're able to make it with us this morning. Truth be told, I specifically picked him days on because of your LS action figure. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. Those are both cool dudes. Let's see here. TVC Trev is with us. How's it going? Good to see you. July through November. Jason, how's it going? Good to see you as always. Enthusiasm for TVC. Okay, well we're gonna get into that. Delvy and Seek, where you been? It's been a minute since we've seen you around these parts. Did you get banished from the territory or something? Good to see you. Let's see. Reading through the chat. Nice. All right. Who else is here? Mary. Hello, Mary. Good to see you as always. Natron 973. How's it going? Good to see you. Allison is with us. Early game done. Attention here now. Thank you. We appreciate that very much. Let's see. Hey, Rick. Good to see you. Thank you for being here with us as always. We need to do another show one of these days. I know. Let's see here. Islam, how's it going? Good to see you. Been a minute since we've seen you. We got Pico B1. How's it going, friend? Cool. Delvian Seek says time zones. It is 6 p.m. in the UK. Okay. Cantina. It's a social hour for you then, right? It's just normal social hour. Awesome. Well, hey, let's get into it. I think it is time to get the, what is the saying? The horses are off to the races, something like that. I don't know. I always mess that one up. So let's go ahead and let's do it. Let's get the show on the road.
This is where the fun begins.
Emma Jade, how's it going?
Hello. It's better now that I have light.
Very important. I'm glad you have light. Let there be light. You have it. Awesome. How you been?
Really well, really well. How about yourself?
Chugging along. Busy
I-
as, but getting it done.
Well, thank you for
Doing what
having me
needs
on.
to be
It's good
done.
to be back on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. And again, at Cantina Coffee Hour, I got some coffee right here that I'm sipping on as we chat. Now, I won't say what's in the coffee. Only Emma Jade knows, and she's sworn to secrecy. So cool. Well, I'm trying to think of when the last time I had you on was, and it's been a minute.
It has.
But I just kind of want to get a sense of your general overall feeling of the vintage collection for like the last 6 months or so. Let's go back to like Comic-Con-ish, right? We got the cantinas,
Yeah.
which you do amazing things with the cantina. I gotta say, like you're a bigger cantina expert than I am, and I'll readily admit that. You do like the custom stuff you do, and then let's see, there was the Republic gunship HasLab.
Mm-hmm.
There's been figures. There's been Mandalorian and Grogu stuff.
Yes.
What's your general sense of what the line's been like over the last few months?
I mean, I'll be honest. I've been very pleased with the line this year. I feel like there's some solid balance. Okay, I shouldn't say a complete balance, but I do feel like they're trying to kind of keep a lot of more modern articulation figures in circulation. There have been repacks, but they're smarter ones of figures that, like I know a lot of people kind of moaned at Greedo, but like I understand why they would re-release a character like that if you didn't purchase the Cantina. That's like a smart one to have released separately. But all in all, I've actually been pretty happy with the line. I know we always want more, and I think that would probably be my biggest thing. If there was another wave or two a year would be great, but I feel like as a whole, compared to even thinking back like 2 or 3 years ago, the line feels a lot stronger and going some directions and doing some more obscure characters that we wouldn't expect.
Right on. I would say I certainly agree. I think things have been pretty solid overall. And like the Cantina aliens, for example, like we hadn't seen any Cantina aliens before the HasLab since 2015 when we got the Mosep Benid in the Black Series 3 3/4. So it took 10 years to get like new Cantina characters. And then there were some repacks, of course. There was like the Bom Dimdin, Dr. Evazan, Panda Baba, and then some of the new ones, like the 4-pack that was announced with, the 4 new characters that we haven't seen in a while or at all. In the case of somebody quite epic like Chelman himself. But, finally getting our Leo Shoes after all this time. And hopefully there's more of those guys on the horizon.
I hope so. And that pack I think is a great balance of resculpts plus some never made characters. I mean, Chalman was definitely not on my radar as a figure they would ever make.
Yeah, he's exciting. I know a lot of people who are like, Chalman, like, really? But I mean, no, like this was the only opportunity ever to get that character, then give him to me 100%. Like, yes, need.
And the fact that it's based on a character of like old Ralph McQuarrie art from I forget which illustrated book it was. I think it might have been like a pop-up book with the Cantina that depiction of him is really based on. So it's kind of a concept art figure in that regard.
Yeah, and he is the illustrious owner of this fine establishment back here. Absolutely. So I mean, of course we need him. Of course. Just looking here in the chat, I see that our friend the Figure Report is here. How's it going, Mikey? Good to see you. And I love this comment here from Adam. It says, Emma and Victoria are bringing Tonica's sister's energy today.
I'll take that.
Yeah, so good stuff. Well, I guess let's get into our first topic here. So that is going to be something from that's pretty fresh in my mind, at least. So as you know, I'm a big Batman fan, particularly the Tim Burton Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And now there is this McFarlane Joker that went up for pre-order a couple of days ago, and it was really cool to see this because I think we've talked about it before that they've really gone all out with doing all kinds of uh, Batman like movie stuff, live action stuff that no one else has touched. They did away for Batman and Robin. They did Batman Forever. They did Batman Returns last year. They've done like pretty much all of the live action Batmobiles at this point, and then several others in 6-inch scale, which is just unheard of because nobody else would do that. And Batman '89 has been like the one thing where they've only done like the one figure of Batman himself, but not the villain, not the arch nemesis, the all important character that was needed for that toy line. So finally, at last, we have the Joker, and it's an interesting one because Jack Nicholson does not license his likeness anymore. He allowed it for Hot Toys. I don't know, a decade plus ago. But since then, he hasn't granted his likeness to on merchandising for whatever reason. I don't know, but this right here is an amalgamation of what we see in the film, but also the likeness is inspired directly from the Kenner action figure, and that's per the designer who designed the head sculpt. So it's an interesting release. And I mean, I feel like they got close enough to it for me to say, okay, hey, this will fit. It'll count. If you look at their other likenesses, they're never 100% spot on anyway, for the most part. So I think this works. I think this was a nice little workaround, and it's definitely something that's it makes me happy to see it, and I'm sure it makes a lot of other people happy too.
Absolutely. No, I really hope they do the eventual alternate looks to some of his outfits from that film, if they can again work around that, especially the makeup smeared on his face. I always think
that would be cool. That would probably be like I'm surprised it's not like a Chase variant, because there is a Chase variant of this, but he's wearing a pink outfit instead of purple.
I saw that. Yeah.
But yeah, so it is interesting to me that they didn't do that instead, but maybe they'll figure it out later. But no, this is pretty cool. As expected, it did pre-sell out pretty quickly, within minutes, basically. I think Best Buy was the only retailer that had it online for like more than like an hour. I don't know if it's still up there, but yeah, it did go pretty quick as expected. Just like the Batman Returns stuff went really quickly too, and it's the nostalgia, right? Like at this point, it's like we're so far removed from these films, and they're just so classic, and hit you in the heartstrings. So not surprising. Yeah, he will work. I hope they continue, though. I wouldn't mind having a Harvey Dent from that film, or Vicky Vale, or whatever else they want to. Commissioner Gordon, just like a full wave would be kind of cool.
Goon.
Yes, you'd have to have Bob in there somehow for sure. Looks like life has been good for the Joker, Dodgen says. Yeah, and this is a good point too, Adam. He does look a little bit like Cesar Romero. I definitely picked up on that as well. But yeah, it's a good it was a novel way to approach it. I own a lot of property within the outer rim. Really interesting. I hope that's true. Maybe I'm just not aware of it yet, but maybe I do. We'll open Cantina on every planet. Cool. So that's the Joker. What else do we got? After that, TVC, Baze Malbus, out of nowhere. Well, okay, not out of nowhere. He went up on Amazon Canada a couple weeks ago, so he kind of forced Hasbro's hand. They had to acknowledge it, so they announced it like the day after, 2 days after something. And yeah, so it's up for pre-order now, and it is a deluxe figure. We take a look at some of the images of him, but yeah, when you saw that leak, Emma, were you surprised that?
Yeah, I was surprised. I definitely was surprised, but I'm excited. I had the feeling it was only a matter of time for them to make a figure of him, just because now we are just missing Bodhi, right?
Oh yeah. Here's Baze. So again, Baze is a deluxe, but now they're doing the standard card size. It does say deluxe on it though, which you can remove that sticker. It is said to be easily removable. I think I'm just going to leave it because I mean to me it's part of the packaging. So I for my purposes I would just leave it on there. But it is a standard card size, which is really nice. The figure looks good. It looks basically like the Black Series one, just shrunk down. I would say, with of course the modified articulation. He's got his accessories. He's got basically what the Black Series one has, and he has exactly what you would expect. I don't know that this is a finalized like product image, so I don't know like the deco of that's like 100% final here. But I'm pretty pleased with him. What are your thoughts on the deco? Is he lacking a little bit of weathering, or does he have? There's some in his legs.
To me, it feels like they definitely did some wash. You can kind of see there. I know on his armor, there's a little bit of weathering you can see on the chest, and like some of the various buttons and knobs. I honestly, I think they did a great job on the figure. And I know, for the deluxe price, a lot of that goes into the deco.
Right.
But I mean, I think he looks great.
Yeah, he looks nice. He looks nice. And for me, the big thing is completing that crew because it's been so long. It's been 10 years since Rogue One, basically. And we got Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor back at the end of 2016 in the Black Series 3 3/4. And they repacked those, of course. They repacked Cassian, I believe, with photoreal at some point, but not Jyn. So Jyn's going to stand out as looking a little more cartoony than the others. I don't think they would repack Jyn personally, just because she wasn't like a big seller. But I don't know. Maybe once they're all out, they can do like a multi-pack type thing. I think
I was going to say I could see that.
Yeah, that would be neat. Maybe with some extra, I don't know, deco or accessories or something. But yeah, Baze Malbus at last. He's been on my lists for a very long time. And it's all about like where I'm at after all these years of collecting. Like for me, like one of the biggest things is just completing the crew, like, right? Completing the crew. And for some of these films like this one, like Solo, like The Bad Batch, like I guess you would throw in Skeleton Crew or whatever it is, there's just so many things that have just had, 2 or 3 figures and then never been built upon. So in the scale that specializes and boasts about being the world building scale, I think the world building has to start with the characters. And if you're missing some of these key characters in those groups, then it makes it a little frustrating. So, huge step here with Baze. Really happy to see him. And yeah, you're right. I cannot wait to see when or if Bodhi is released as well. And then, of course, Saw Gerrera and all the other guys, Two Tubes, all those guys.
Of course.
All of those guys. Let's see. Allison says they really should. Jyn is my top favorite character. Star Wars, cool. Yeah, it would be nice to see her with photo. It really would.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing with taking so long to do a crew is that the technologically speaking, like they're not gonna mesh too well. Lovey Seek says Baze looks perfect. Jyn needs an update though. Yes. Hacking into files, Dodson. What's going on here? Yeah, this is true. Bodhi was ignored in the Black Series. He was the last one to get made in the Black Series from the crew. I think he came along, like they did most of the crew fairly early on, but then like, yeah, he was like one of the last. He was like a year later, 2 years. I don't remember exactly. Maybe Britt knows exactly how long that was. Yeah. TBC Trev. Wish we could have gotten more stories with Jin. Yeah. Yeah, could have been cool. Ooh, Britt says Bodhi came 5 years after
Wow.
Rogue One. Wow. Poor Bodhi. Why is he always last? Can't neglect poor Bodhi. I mean, had he not defected, they would have never found out about the Death Star. So yeah. Hopefully soon. There's we see him. Yeah. They definitely, the other ones definitely have photoreal except for Jin. So that would be really important if they do bring her back out at some point to make that little adjustment. And of course we have K2SO as well. So speaking of K2SO, I was shopping around GameStop's website the other day and I noticed that they had the Andor TVC K2SO for $10.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so I grabbed like 4 of them. That way, I could just have a few more to put in my various displays. So if he's still up, that's a pretty good deal. And I think you do have to spend like $75 to get free shipping. So just a little heads up. But still, it's a good price for that many if you wanted to army build him. Marino, how's it going? Good to see you. 26. Remember to like if you're. Thank you. All right, cool. So that is Baze. Let's go ahead and move on to who we got next. We got another much asked for character, Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith, and the Airborne Trooper from the 212 Battalion. This is one that was announced 2 months ago. But now we're actually seeing him because Walmart has him exclusively, has the 2-pack. And this is one of those 2-packs like the Revan and HK-47 and what else? There was another one, I think. Oh, the Obi-Wan and Vader. I don't remember there were any others.
I think that was it.
No, Sabine and Chopper was the other one.
Oh, I completely forgot about that figure.
Yeah, I almost did too. Yeah, so Obi-Wan and Airborne Trooper. How many of these did you pre-order?
Only 2. I know.
I was a little more adventurous then. I did 3 of them. A little more adventurous, just because so this was my rationale for at this time anyway. I'm probably gonna want more. So first of all, there's the whole like 1 carded, 1 loose, right? So obviously that's an instant 2, but then it's like, well, I kind of need another Obi-Wan 2 for the Jedi Starfighter. And then really I'm gonna need another. I mean, I could get more because really I'm gonna need others, right? You need 1 for if you have like the Dooku duel with Anakin set up somewhere, if you have like a Utapau diorama, or if you have him like dueling Grievous, or you have him doing whatever, sitting on the Jedi Council. You're gonna need more of those. And then Airborne Trooper, Army Builder, right? So like I could do worse than 2 loose, but I would like to get more. If it does go on sale, then I could definitely see myself picking up more. But I kind of do wish that. I mean, I think ideally Obi-Wan would have been like just like a mainline release.
Yeah, I will admit I'm kind of surprised that he isn't. Now, that's not to say he won't be re-released at some point. I could see a alternate deco or do like a dual version.
Right. Yeah, and it does say on the card, it does specify that this is Obi-Wan from Utapau. So there could very well be another release of him at some point. But I think he is missing. It's nice to see the hand. It's nice to see the lightsaber. What's interesting to me is that if this is Obi-Wan Utapau, number 1, where is the rebreather accessory?
Yeah.
And 2, why doesn't he have the pointy fingers instead of like the open hand? Like I think that would for me make this definitive Utapau Obi-Wan. But those two things are not present here. This is VC 398. It says on the back, on the planet Utapau, General Obi-Wan Kenobi faced General Grievous and his swarm posing lightsabers. Upon defeat, okay, I thought it said deleting. Upon defeating Grievous, he escaped in the Warlord Starfighter. So, Airborne Trooper is VC 399. On Commander Cody's orders, the 212th Battalion specifically trained clone paratroopers searched to no avail for the missing former Commander Obi-Wan Kenobi. And do we have a look at the front? Do they really not have a front card?
Not.
Okay, that's weird.
That is odd.
Here's loose Obi-Wan without the pointy fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the Airborne Trooper. All clean, fresh off the assembly line armor. No weathering. Add your own deco if you want. I won't, but if you want, you could. And then the two of them together. I'd really like to see these in person. There are a couple little like minor concerns that I have. I mean, the likeness looks quite good on like right here, but I think maybe these were just earlier images because the likeness isn't quite as good here.
And you can tell in those images, those are definitely, they look like pre-production prototypes, like the paint on his face especially. It's very matte. Yeah. And then I know some people have had issues with the knees. Like,
yeah, the knees do look interesting. It almost looks like they're backwards. Like the lower legs are on there backwards, like they sewed them the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's what it is, or genuinely they're like weird knees. Because I mean, even here, that just looks weird. So I feel like they look backwards. I don't know.
No, they do. Absolutely.
When we get it in hand, I guess we'll see. I mean, they look a little better here, right? I think
they do. So it could have been, maybe that was it for like the test shot.
Yeah.
Or, attached backwards.
But oh, here's the other images. I'm dumb. I had it.
Oh, there you go.
All right, Airborne Trooper, 212 Battalion. Here's his card. Revenge of the Sith. I just gotta say, it's lovely to see Revenge of the Sith cards after all this time. Like, shoot, what took so long? That's a cool image. That is a cool image, the Airborne Trooper. Although that one does have deco on it, I will say. And then here is the outer box. Which is important because Walmart's probably going to throw them in a bag anyway, as they like to do. Yeah, so I will be looking forward to these. It does say that they ship on April 1st. Whether or not that's a joke, who knows? But I will be looking forward to getting them fairly soon. Yeah. Any final thoughts on the Airborne Trooper Obi-Wan?
I mean, I think they look even better, the production versions. Like I said, the biggest thing with Obi-Wan is the hopefully the knees aren't too weird in person.
It's all in the knees.
All in the knees.
Speaking of, I banged my knee so hard the other day.
Oh gosh.
I was limping for like 2 days, but that was just my fault for being clumsy.
Well,
still kind of hurts.
In general, though, I find a lot of the figures in hand, they do typically look better than the crazy close macro images we get.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so for sure. Yeah, it's interesting. All right. Well, just looking here in the comments. Yeah, lots of remarks about the knees. And this is a good point, Britt. Army builder packs with a non-army builder are definitely head scratchers. But I do think it is better having a character like this where you would need more, potentially need more than one figure, as opposed to like, I don't know. I'm looking around, as opposed to like, I don't know, Bo-Katan. I don't know. Maybe you still need more Bo-Katans, but you could do worse. You definitely do worse. Or some random Imperial officer type person. Let's see. Update the figure so that it has barbell. I think that's about Jin.
Hmm.
So uncivilized. Absolutely. Those knees are just so uncivilized. What if it's not his hand? Oh. Whose hand would it be? Dooku's hand? Hmm. Um, yeah.
Oh, that is weird.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Trooper card is cool. Definitely is. Barbell Hip Rebel Fleet Troopers. That would be really neat. An all new Rebel Fleet Trooper. I would dig that.
Absolutely. And especially an Endor trooper. That's the
That would
one.
be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
both of those. And Hot. Yeah, just do the trifecta. Do all three.
mm-hmm.
Do all three. Start them off as a 3-pack, then do them as individual releases with like alternate heads.
I might have to do a little render of that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you know that sounds like another episode of Cantina Social Hour. But yeah, I mean, I like the existing Rebel Troopers, but they're not very posable, like at all. So
No.
I think if they built on that and just like did like 100% like new articulation on them, that'd be worth the money's at. All right, so shall we talk about some weirdos?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I contend that the best thing in all of Star Wars is by far the Cantina. And my favorite thing about Star Wars in general is just like the stuff that's like in the background, right? Like the weird, the unusual, the people that are on screen for like 2 seconds, the blink and you miss them, like those type of characters that just look so unique and so interesting. You just wonder, like at least I did as a kid. I was imagining like what are they doing as soon as the camera turns the other way? Like what is their story about? Where did they come from? And there were supplemental materials like tales from Jabba's palace, tales from Mos Eisley Cantina. But building off of what we were talking about earlier, there hasn't been a lot of Cantina characters. There's more for sure, but there isn't like a ton at this point. There's a lot that needs to get updated. There's a lot that needs to be done for the first time ever concerning the Cantina and Jabba's palace. And you have been hard at work creating some interesting and unique renders of these characters, mock-ups of what they would look like if they were brought into the vintage collection. So this is your baby. This is your thing right here. So Em, I'm going to let you take the lead on this. You have full control, your controls, to walk us through what your ideas are for more of these type weird characters.
So with a lot, and again, I 100% agree on all of that. The Cantina scene is really what got me into like art and creativity and like special effects and love of film. Like that was the part of Star Wars that really, really spoke to me when I first saw it. And now that we have amazing Cantina, there are definitely quite a few characters that, at least for myself, feel very, very outdated. I mean, some of the figures are some of the Power of the Force 2 are probably 20, 30 years old at this point. So I put together a couple packs. I'm not sure how to share for you. So yeah, I put together a couple mock-ups of what I think would be some solid sets. Do you want me to start with the Cantina or Jabba's Palace? Sorry, trying to share my screen.
I agree, TVC Trev. Bring on the weirdos for sure. Oh yeah, I was muted. I was muted, wasn't
I? I thought that was me.
No, that was me being silly. But yeah, to share, you hit the plus sign on the bottom, and then it's not very intuitive, but you hit the plus sign, and then you select share screen, and then you can just share from wherever you want to pull it up from. Tachin says we need more barbell hips on these troopers. Absolutely. Jason says Miko posted close-ups from in person, and those knees are what we are getting, unfortunately. Don't tell me that, Jason. Please don't tell me that. I really don't want to see those in person. Please. I hope that was an image of a prototype or something. Let's see. Yeah, the trooper card is really cool. One-time error. So one-time error for me is not good enough. When we're talking about highly asked for main characters, the one-time error is unacceptable. And I would throw into that category like figures like Han Solo from last year that had the cankle wrists. Like that's just, to me, that's not unacceptable. So no one-time error when it comes to, I mean, it's important when it comes to main characters that everybody wants, but also like I would say any character, because you're talking like figures you're never going to make again, like a Cantina character or a Rogue One, a squad member, like that kind of thing. You know, it's probably going to be a one-off, and they only have one opportunity to get it right. So, PW1 says variety has always in the cornerstone of Star Wars collecting. So bring us more weirder. The weirder, the better. Absolutely, the weirder, the better. Yeah, I still can't get over those Han's kinkle wrists. Those were a tragedy.
It's a shame too, because I did see an image of the prototype, and the wrists are much slimmer. I don't know if it was just a production issue where it unfortunately ended up that way.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Han Solo's kinkle wrists? It's not a story that Hasbro would like to tell you.
All right. Sorry.
Han Solo's kinkle wrists were so wide, they could even prevent him from oozing naturally. He had such wide wrists. He could even use his wrists to angle his blaster to shoot down stormtroopers. I don't know where I'm going with this. The cankle wrists are a pathway to many abilities that some would say look unnatural. She's gone. She disappeared. So while we get Emma back on, let's oh my god, I'm such a weirdo. The cankle wrists are just, every time I see that figure, you guys, every time I see that figure, it kills me a little bit. Is it possible to use your battery? I love it. I love it. All right, so I'm going to try something here. I believe I have Emma's images here, so I'm going to see if I can pull them up and put them on my buzz them up to my computer real quick, and then we will put them. Okay, I'm going to airdrop them, and I know she's the expert as far as like what combinations of tooling she did and stuff like that. But let's see. I can at least pull them up on my screen. Let's see. Come on. Come on. Is my Bluetooth on? I think so. When you're live, anything can and does happen. Hello.
Hello. Sorry.
That's okay. I thought I
My
was just saying when you're live, anything can happen. I'm trying
I
to
know.
airdrop like your photos from
I
my
know.
phone, but I'm not even.
My computer keeps saying like is not letting me share these for some reason.
That's the Empire.
I know. They don't want everybody to see all these weirdos.
That's unfortunate that they're saying that. All right, let's see. Will these go through? Will these go through? Maybe. Let's see. Airdrop. Airdrop. Yes, it's on. Okay, how about this? I will text them to myself.
There you go.
Old school texting.
You?
All right, let's see here. All right, so I'm going to airdrop these, and I think you can walk us through what you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So let me go ahead and text them to myself because I'm old school. All right, so I'll do 2 batches. And we're starting with Jabba's palace, right?
That works for me. Perfect.
Okay. All right, let's see. Did they go through? Did they go through? I think so. Okay. Yes, let's download them. Why am I whispering? I have no idea why I'm whispering. All right. Downloading.
We're just building up suspense, everyone.
Oh yeah. All right. Okay, I think I got it. Share screen. See, it's no joke. StreamYard is confusing. Downloads. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, Emma, tell us about these handsome fellas right here.
Awesome. All right. So I put together a couple packs that were my initial thought was thinking on tooling. And if any of these packs have a character that is going to involve mostly new tooling, I felt like as we see with Hasbro, a lot of it is how can we make some like cheaply made, easier characters that we can use existing tooling. And here is Nizuk Beck, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He's actually in the palace quite a bit. You can also see him on the barge. Him and Fozak seem to be like the 2 human guards that are kind of like the closest around Jabba. He's also the guy that when Luke falls in the Rancor pit, Luke grabs his blaster. So whenever they released Vilken and I took the helmet off that figure, I instantly recognized that they sculpted his face to look a lot like Nizuk Beck. And as you can see, they use pretty much the same costume to create these 2 different characters. So for the palace version, the main difference would be his belt piece is like holsters on the opposite side, and the fact that Vilken's belt is a separate sculpted piece. It would be pretty easy for them to just tool a new belt. He has little goggles around his neck that are hanging. They're kind of the same goggles that Lando and Luke wear in the deleted sandstorm scene. And then he has an open face helmet instead of the like sash covering his face. And then he would just be a repaint. So very minimal new tooling would be needed. Basically, accessories on an existing figure.
Yeah, that looks really cool. That is really cool. So when you're putting these together, obviously you're looking at what we already have, right? Like the existing tooling and how you can merge it with either kit bashing from other existing figures or putting new parts on there, and that's how you got to this result.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, I love it. I love it. And what did you say this fellow's name was? Oh, there it is. Niza.
Niza Beck. Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's related to Keller and Beck.
Well, there's like a lot of these skiff guards, because whenever they film the actual skiff scene with Vulcan, I almost wonder if they were intended to be the same character, but you know, the weird continuity is the fact that Nizik actually appears on the sail barge.
Nice.
Oh.
Very cool. So let's see, who else do we got here? We got this guy right here. This is a really cool concept as well. Tell us about this. Did it pop up?
No, it did not. Still waiting. Oh, yes. Good old Barada. Very iconic skiff guard. We do have 2 figures of him. It's the same sculpt, but the sculpt dates back to the Power of the Force 2 era. And even the repaint, I remember when that repaint came out, it looked pretty dated, so it looks exceptionally dated now. He could be made, and when I first got the Luke Academy figure, and I looked at those legs, I'm like, oh my gosh, he has the same, like, I see Barada's legs. Like, he even has the little, like, striped piping on the detail, the same kind of wrapped boots. Like, they are spot on. So Luke's legs, Obi-Wan Wandering Jedi arms, because Barada has kind of a baggy piratey shirt, so those work. And then either a new head sculpt or a reworking of the Cathaba head with a new torso. So again, super iconic character, would be pretty easy to make, and I think he would look great. He would also fill in a missing vintage card if he were to come on a card back.
Okay. Let's see here. Beyond that, I have an image that has 4 Jabba's characters. Is that the next one, or am I missing one that shows like the kit?
I think there should be maybe one more where it's showing.
Oh, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
I see it. Okay, let me share this one. This one I think might be my favorite one. So
me too.
Okay, tell us about this right here.
Oh yes, good old Fozek. Probably one of the more visible characters in Jabba's palace, and I know I'm excited to see that he's made March Madness. So, Hasbro definitely has to be somewhat aware that there are a lot of fans asking for him, and I think in terms of characters that are like actually visible in Jabba's palace, he's definitely near the top of the list. So his figure would utilize parts from Vulcan, also like his legs and arms, recast in different plastic, and he would include a new torso piece and a new head and helmet. But the cool thing is you can get a second figure from this, which there's an unnamed skiff guard on the second skiff who is wearing pretty much the exact same costume as Fozek with a slightly different helmet. So you could get 2 figures out of this one retool.
Nice. I love it. Oh man, we really need that Fozek.
I know, right?
We really he like it's funny because when you watch Return of the Jedi and you're specifically looking for him, he's everywhere. He's like
He,
all over the palace,
like,
all over the bar.
honestly, he feels almost like Jabba's personal guard because he's right around the dais most of the time.
Yeah. And I love when you see him on the barge and he's just kind of like grooving. He's like
Oh
dancing
yeah,
with
this is
his
like
beverage. Good energy from Fozek. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a little surprised we haven't gone Fozek yet. I'm kind of surprised we actually got Velkin before Fozek. But
I agree. Yeah, I think Velkin, a lot of why he happened was that, like you said, completing the teams, him being the last member of the prisoner skiff.
right,
I think, yeah,
true. Yeah, I love that. And then I think the next one is the image of the 4 figures. Is that right?
That should be, yeah.
Okay, let me pull that up. All right. Here we go. Is this the one?
It's still not showing on my side. Is a certain starfish green alien in this image? There. Oh, okay. This is the first one. All right. So this is the skiff guard pack. The Yachts Oren figure, he's the green Niktu. He would be primarily mostly new tooling. He has a pretty unique outfit. He's another character that's made March Madness, and truthfully, of like the remaining skiff guards that hasn't been made, I mean, just look at that guy. He has a really, dynamic, action oriented outfit. Like, he's a pretty cool looking dude. Then to his right is the Weequay that pops out of the barge to shoot Luke, and he gets pulled into the Sarlacc. We have that hatch and window on the barge, but we still do not have the Weequay that pops out. He's another figure that would be pretty easy. Really, any legs would work. His arms, he shares the same tooling with the Nikto skiff guard. They've reused those arms for a couple figures. And then he would have a Weequay, the same reused Weequay head. So new torso would be the only thing needed for him.
Nice. I love it.
And then we have the skiff guard and Barada, who I went into bigger detail on their parts use, but I think that's, that gives us 3 characters for the second skiff, which as of now is pretty empty on what we currently have. And then it gives us 1 more guard for the actual barge.
Yeah. Damn, those are cool.
Yes.
Super cool. Mr. Stevie, are you watching?
I hope. Yeah.
Get on this. Get on this good stuff.
I'm pretty sure he liked one of these on I had shared some of these images on Instagram, so hopefully he took notes.
Hopefully he took notes. Always taking notes, I think. Okay, and then I think this may be the final one for Jabba's Palace. That is this image here.
Yes, and this is the palace set. We have Fozek again, who I went into detail with. Then we have Beto, which I know we've had Greedo, but this here is his cousin, Beto, who slight variation in the coloration of the face and the eyes. The main difference is he would have a different vest piece. It's actually the same vest that Hoth Leia wears, just they dyed it orange for Return of the Jedi. So really he could be made with no new tooling, just a repaint, and Leia's vest. Then we have Nizak again, and the figure I want the most from Jabba's Palace, Shazatil, the Ishitib, and
Yeah.
she would be primarily a entirely new sculpt.
Nice. Another oft requested character.
Yes. And really, of the aliens in the palace, probably the only like really visible one that hasn't been made.
Yeah, that is true. We do see her quite a bit. Um, very focused on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are great, Emma. I mean, these are just, man. I wouldn't know where to start if I was creating something like this. So good on you.
Well,
for
thank you.
doing
A lot of Photoshop. I know a lot of people have, and I think, like AI is a great tool for I've seen a lot of people make some really great figure mock-ups of that, but I try to just stick to like old school Photoshop and using bits and pieces from other images or sourced images to kind of put these figures together.
Nice. Yeah, they're great. And it is interesting how like Beto, like all those guys like have similar clothes.
Oh yeah, they all shop at the same store.
They must. Rhodian something.
Yeah.
Rhodian Express.
Well, that is a unique thing, not to divulge, but like in the Cantina and when they shot in the UK, pretty much all the aliens that they like doubled up, like there's 2 Snaggletooths, there's 3 Rhodians, there's, 2 Latrillians. They all dress the same. So I don't know if like it's kind of the Star Trek, each species has like a uniform they wear or what, but I always
Yeah,
thought that was kind of interesting.
it is. It is. Britt says, "What have you done with Greedo?" Well, only one identical already left. Yeah. So what if Jabba would have said, "Han, why did you fry poor Greedo?" Like, what do you mean? He's right there.
Oh yeah.
Standing right behind you. Nice. Okay, so those are the Jabba's palace, but we also got some Cantina dudes, so to speak. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let's start with a very familiar looking friend here. Tell us about Tequila here.
To Kill is another character that if Hasbro needed somebody to fill in one of these multi-packs and wanted a very easy retool, and like I said, they're basically wearing the same outfit. So To Kill would be a very easy repaint of Zutton with an alternate head, and then I gave him that like separate little scarf piece. So super, super easy figure.
Nice. Yeah, that is really cool. And that one looks even way better than the Zutton figure for sure.
Thanks.
Better coloring. Mm-hmm. I like his hair. How his hair's like a little like
yeah, he has, and that was really the main difference between those 2 masks, where one had the full head of hair and the other one had like this really messy, patchy bird's nest of hair.
Nice. Let's see here. Okay, tell us about. Let me go and switch screens here because I see something I very much like as well. I mean, I like all of them, but I like this one a lot. And that is going to be this friendly looking, these 2 friendly looking gentlemen right here.
So I know, and he made the March Madness Anthelo. I remember back when this was one character and they were called Solomo, and I believe that character is now tied to the holiday special. But yeah, these guys, I won't lie, I think they're kind of a silly design. But they are charming. They're, they look like little capybara men. But this character would involve a lot of new tooling. I do think for the legs, And I brought him here to show as an example. The portly bib fortuna that came with the palace, I think his legs would work because they're kind of that baggier, I think if they had to reuse any tooling, it would be legs.
Good point.
But there are 2 of them in the cantina, and they are, again, like a lot of these aliens we're seeing, almost identical, except for one has a little neckerchief and different hair, and then the other one is bald and no neckerchief. So yeah, there's an easy way to get 2 figures out of one sculpt.
Nice. Yeah, that is a very novel way of doing that, of accomplishing that. Yeah, those legs would be great. I think that would be a great fit for these 2 guys here. Okay, let me go back to your images. As far as like kit bashes go, were those the only 2, or am I missing?
There should be one more kit bash for the cantina.
What is it? What does its name start with?
It would be Mosep.
Ooh.
Maybe
Okay.
I didn't send that one.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right. This is another good one. You guys, check this out. You got to see this to believe it, because it's pretty epic. All right. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Ta-da!
Yes. And I know this is an older figure, so I don't know if this would happen. But Mosep, you can get also 2 characters out of the same sculpt. There's another of his species whose name is eluding me. I think it's Twazka or something to that degree, who's dressed, again, identical, but has a different head sculpt with alternate kind of brownish whiskers. And then Mosep also appears in Jabba's palace. They reuse that mask. And he's in like a black imperial tunic with then kind of like white, almost Luke or Jedi tabards over top of it and belted.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a very easy one for them to do, I would think.
Oh my God, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the I mean, it's interesting to me how simple this is, and to some extent I wonder, has Hasbro even like thought of how easily they could do some of these, and they're just choosing not to, or have they not considered it at all?
I mean, some of these characters are pretty obscure, so it could have been they didn't think of them, or again, and that's why I kind of did some of these mock-ups to just show, like, yes, I would love some packs with all brand new sculpted characters, but realistically, if that's not possible, here's some very easy retools that could fill out some of these packs.
Right, because they could easily do more 4-packs and easily include, you could do like 3 or 4 packs of what you've shown here, just doing some kit bashes, and they'd be really easy for them to put out there, like very inexpensive, which is minor tweaks, and then you would also be like checking characters off the list. I love it. Okay, let's see, who do we got next? We have okay, so it looks like I have 2 images. Each one has 4 characters. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, let's start with. I don't know which one I want to start with. Okay, let's start with this one. These 2 are my favorite of all the images.
Yes. All right. So these are this and then the following one are going to be my 2 dream Cantina packs. I tried to mix characters that are, you know, very iconic, very sorely missing, or have some like visible screen time. And I also wanted to have it where it was two resculpts rather, and two brand new characters. So starting on the left, we have Lax Zivrak. And for a lot of this image, I actually used the gentle giant bust. They made a bust of him a couple years
That's true.
ago that's like really gorgeous. So a lot of the figure for this, I used that image of that bust. I do think there is a small amount of retool potential for him. His upper arms and upper legs could be used from the Momau Nadun figure, because they both have like the same
Ah,
weave tunic.
yeah.
So that's kind of what it would be, and then the rest of the figure would involve a fair amount of new tooling. Could have potential reuse, though. There is a Wolfman Jedi from the Clone Wars. There's also Brutus from Skeleton Crew. So, you know, just such a cool, iconic character. And especially with him being back in the film next year in theaters for the 50th, I feel like it's his time to shine.
It is. I love it. That is a beautiful concept for Lax Zivrak, who, yeah, I know he's been kind of somewhat. I mean, is he fully erased? I think from
He is fully
okay.
erased.
He was only in that one shot with
Mhm.
Dice I big on, but
Mhm.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, I mean, obviously they've leaned into that kind of design, right,
Oh yeah,
for Skeleton Crew. So yeah, no,
and
I loved it. I don't think my Cantina. We have him. So here's the thing: we have him, but I don't think my Cantina is quite complete without a
no,
definitive version of him.
yeah, and again, his figure is kind of like Labria, where it is so dated that, again, like we were saying, like 30 years old. It, he definitely needs a resculpt.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
After him, we have Banis Keeg, though I think I've seen the name now, Chachi Damala, which I'm just gonna call him Banis Keeg because
Dennis Keith sounds better.
I think it's a better name. This figure, I am shocked we did not get it in the Cantina pack that we did get, because we got the Duros pilot rather, and I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get a new Duros, and the body is it is Tatooine garb, so it's a Luke Tatooine body with a new like scarf piece, because his neck's like a separate piece on Luke, and he would be repainted with the Duro's hands and head. Super easy figure, super iconic alien, and yeah, it definitely needs to happen.
I love it.
Then we have this unique astronaut. We have the Cantina dude, or the Cantina spaceman, or yellow spacer. No actual name for this guy. I think this figure makes a lot of sense, but namely if a new Bosk is made or in the works, because I mean he's wearing Bosk's costume. But yeah, he's definitely a background character, but kind of iconic in the costume, the fact that it was reused, and it kind of adds that weird, cheesy sci-fi element I think our Cantina's missing.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
then, sorry, we have good old Danik Jericho. I don't hate the old figure of him.
Oh, I do. He's horrible.
He looks definitely better with his back turned to you. But the more I've looked at that figure, the more, and especially now having the new Cantina and having a bunch of modern figures near the front, like having him stand next to the Tanaka sisters or Wuher or, Navron leads, like he looks rough.
Yeah. He
So
does.
his uniform is actually super basic. It is nearly a imperial officer outfit. So I definitely envision them using parts, especially from Thrawn, because Danik does seem a little taller. So that initial Thrawn they made, the longer legs. I would definitely use that figure, then a new torso and like belt skirt piece, and then a new portrait sculpt. So again, he's one of the more visible characters. He's right at the front of the bar. It makes sense, and like I
Yeah.
said, I think they could make him with some existing tooling.
Yeah, totally. And this is like, if I compile a list of what is in most dire need of an update that already exists, I think
Mhm.
Dana would probably be like near the top, if not at the top of that list, because
Yeah,
of how you're saying he is very prominent in that scene.
absolutely.
But yeah, no, all of these look beautiful, beautiful. Let's make them happen. We'll have to create hashtags for all of them. Um, Lackin lack. No, that's horrible. Don't use that because we don't have a good one. All right, so there's one more image.
Mhm.
We're gonna pull this one up, and yeah, along with the one we just looked at, like this is very much this is a good one. So this here, another 4 Cantina denizens.
Yes. Man, I really want a new Muftak. That is, I'll say that right. That is probably the figure I want the most, like as a resculpt for the Cantina. Um, but I'll start on the left. So we have Ellis Helroth, the other Duros, and honestly, his Power of the Jedi figure, I think for the time is a decent figure. My main reasoning on why I feel they should make a new one is he's going to look so out of date if they make a new
Sure.
banner. So to have those two really play together, I also feel like his very generic spaceman body could be used. There's another spacer in the cantina that's wearing the exact same outfit as um, Elor's. So there's some other reuse potential for him. But yeah, so Elor's iconic alien, you get a team if you get both sets. So makes sense to me. Muftak, man, we need a new Muftak. I've tried to put the I have tried so hard displaying the old Power of the Force 2 version, and he just looks enormous in the cantina.
Oh
Can't
yeah.
fit. There's a really great figure from the Clone Wars line of his same tall species, and I've used that character, but I don't know, the aesthetic feels off. So yeah, I absolutely such an iconic character. Um, I would say the only knock against him on why he might be harder to do is I feel like there's a lot of brand new tooling. They could
Mm.
maybe use some Wookiee parts, but I don't know. He has kind of odd proportions, and yeah, but iconic character and really, really needed for our cantina.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Lyran Karn, again, this figure is so easy. The parts all exist. Like Thanos Keeg, it would use the Luke body with a new skirt piece and the already existing Bith head and hands. And then finally, everybody's favorite sideburn spacer, Boshek. Think how different the
Yeah,
movie would have been if Boshek's like, oh yeah, I can take you guys.
that would have been interesting.
Yeah, right. So Boshek, again, he would use the same exact parts as the yellow spacer in Pack One and potentially a new Bosk. So there are 3 figures from essentially the same tooling.
Yeah, there's so much incentive for creating either a Boshek or a Cantina Spacer or a Bosk, and then using that tooling to create one of the other two characters. Like it seems like low hanging fruit. Like
Mhm.
it's right there, right where they're
Yeah.
taking. So I really hope that at some point they capitalize on that.
And again, both of these packs, and Boshek's another character that is very visible, very iconic for the scene. And, I think two packs like this make a lot of sense. And I think there are a lot of very recognizable characters that maybe they could make a third set with some of the more obscure ones like Antelo or To Kill or some other characters that I included earlier.
For sure. Yeah, that is a really good likeness on Boshek.
Thank you.
Really nice. He almost has like a the character like a sort of I don't know, like an Apollo mission sort of look to him,
Yeah.
like clean cut astronaut with
Yeah.
sideburns.
Like a greaser wearing a astronaut outfit.
Yeah, all of these are great, Emma. They're fantastic. I really hope that somehow, some way, within the next few years, that these come to fruition. Because just imagining having like the Cantina characters that came with the HasLab, like those are like the upper echelons of TVC figures, right? And just imagining having these at similar quality
Oh,
in
absolutely.
there,
Yeah.
replacing those old ones from forever
Mhm.
ago, like it
Mhm.
would really elevate the whole Cantina
Mhm.
experience of having that play set and those figures.
No, I agree.
Cool. Anything else you want to share regarding these designs?
Um, that's about it. I am planning on doing a bunch more designs, and I did just recently open up a Instagram account, local Gotal, which is the name I used to use when I did mock-ups like this back on Yak Face ages ago.
Nice. What is it called again?
Local Gotal, like the Feltepern Trevrag.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, found it. So I'll put it here in the
Yeah.
on
I
in
just
the chat.
Yeah, there's not much on there yet, but I'm gonna be adding a bunch more, and I think I'm gonna do them probably in like waves of like right now I'm focused on the Cantina and Jabba's aliens, but after that I'm gonna jump into probably Rebels and Imperials, and then maybe Legends, and then prequels, sequels, and go from there.
Nice. No, those are fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing these with us and
Oh, absolutely.
allowing us to share in the glory of these beautiful concepts.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. And I'm curious, everyone in the chat, what your favorite concept was that you saw here. Let us know what you think. As for me, shoot, I mean, they're all amazing. Um, Gosh, it's hard to pick just one, but I'm torn between Fozek and Lax Sivrak.
Yeah, those two are probably the ones I was the most proud of how they turned out.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, and again, hopefully Hasbro is watching this today. In which case, please get on it, you guys. Please get on it. We won't rest until we have these amazing characters in our collections. Britt says her favorite was Muftak. Good choice. Adam says those will support at least 5 more VC appearances. Yes, for sure. TVC Trev says that these other characters here, I don't want to script their names, but what the other fun concepts?
Yeah, no, they were in Maz Kanata's castle in before the weekends. Saidon Ithano, he's the guy with the crimson hair. Yeah, those would make great figures.
TVC Trev says Lax Sivrak is his fave. Jason says, I want all of them. I do really want Fozek, though. Mary says Lax Sivrak is the most wanted for her. Nice. Yeah, all of these are just gorgeous. Like I could have like a poster of them even, and I would be very happy with that.
Maybe I'll do that. I'll make a fake return to Tatooine, and I'll put these in a poster and send them to you.
Revenge of the Return to Tatooine.
Ooh, I like that even better.
And then you could put them on cards, and they would card art. That would look cool too. But I'm not going to give you more work. I know these are very time consuming.
I have some card art. I could send you right this second.
Okay.
We're gonna do this in real time.
Rowdy Rouse, hello. All right, let's take a look here. What do we got here? Okay, I see it right here. I think. Do I? Did you send it to me on IG or would you send it?
I just messaged you directly.
Oh, here on YouTube?
No, text.
Oh, got it. Ooh, you guys, you got to see these. Let's pull them up. Which one do I want to show first? Okay, I'll show. Okay, I know. I know which one's going first. Nobody else knows yet. Muff tack.
There you go. Wouldn't he look great?
It looks beautiful. I love the green. That feels just right. I don't know what it is about Cantina, like characters, but that green like really works. Who else got that green? I'm trying to remember.
Didn't one of the no.
One of the tonicas does.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, no, they don't. They have blue and they have yellow.
Yeah, you're right.
Wooher has green, but it's more of the avocado green. Han Solo has this green.
That's right.
I feel like there's somebody else that has this shade of green. There's got to be another one. Which one?
Is it maybe Walrus Man? Honda?
I feel like his is yellow.
Oh yeah,
orange. Dr. Evazon has red. Von Bimden has red. Greedo has orange. Nebrin Leeds has yellow, I believe. Or does she? No, she's got like a cyan. And then yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking that there's another one with green. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Jason. Cantina band member.
Oh yeah. Okay. That is yep.
Yeah, that would be.
And that is the green I sourced for that image, and you would think I would remember that, but I don't.
That's how it goes. Yeah, I don't know. That green just really, like, for me, like, it works for Cantina characters. All right, let's go ahead and here's the other one. Let's go pull this up. Oh, you sent me there's 4 of them.
Oh yes.
Okay. So then let's go with ooh, this is an interesting card back. Let's go with this one. Cantina Spaceman.
Yeah, right. Now, I think Hasbro could come up with a better name for him than that. But, until the expanded universe comes up with a name for this guy, he is Cantina Spaceman. One of 4.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. I mean, I love it so much more when like an actual film out is used from the film. Oh, sometimes they resort to like kind of like doing their own thing. The Tonicas even were when you look at them more closely, like you realize, oh, they had to do a little bit of like Photoshop there to cut other characters out. But yeah, but they still look pretty natural. Like this is really it's unique. I like this. And that's probably our best look at this character anyway, right? Other than I think
That
there's
is
a shot where we see him from like the back.
Oh yeah, that is true. And in the um like original cut of the Cantina, you see a little more of his back also, because he's actually seated right next to Han's alcove.
Yeah. Hey Alex, how's it
Talking
going?
to Lisa Siren. I always
Lisa
I always mess
Searing.
up half these names.
Lisa Serlin, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one that could like she's nice, the one we have, but she could stand to be updated too.
Yeah.
Who else do we got here? Let's do this one here. Banis Keeg.
Yeah. Again, such a simple, basic character. I think, oh, this was one of my first earlier renderings of him where I was like, maybe they could use Wooher's legs, but after comparing Wooher to Luke, just the scale would not work. So I think it would just be easier for them to use Luke's body and call it a day.
Right on. Yeah, that's cool. It's a good image too. Good clear shot of that guy. And I love seeing the little cantina lights behind his head.
Mm-hmm.
Such a fun little thing. I'm glad that the cantina place set included those.
Oh yeah, I love those lights.
All right, let's look at let's pull up. Is there one more or two more?
I think one more.
One more, that's right.
Okay. Wolfman.
All right, let's do that. Where are you, Wolfman? There's Wolfman. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull Wolfman up. Ta-da!
There he is.
Perfect card back.
Yeah. He seeing this figure like as a mock-up, like it just makes me want him more.
Yeah, same here. Like it's like seeing getting the full experience here with the card like that. That just solidifies it in my head how much more I want.
Yeah.
This character. Oh man. Lack Sivrak. I remember when the first time I ever saw this, the original figure, Power of the Force 2. I remember a friend of mine when I was in like middle school, I think I was like in 6th grade, no, 7th grade, brought to school a Toy Fair magazine issue.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was like flipping through it, and he knew I liked Star Wars figures, so he was like, "Hey, did you see this one?" I was like, "Whoa, Lax Sivrak! Holy crap!" Like I remember just being really excited seeing that. Like my head was instantly like, "I need this figure! Like
Oh, yeah.
I have to get that one." So it was a for its time. It was a I know by today's standards it's not a very good figure, but
No,
at the time, like
yeah.
in that moment, like it was just like the most exciting thing ever.
And I will say he does, that old figure, as much as I knock it, it does do one thing Muftak doesn't do. He actually can sit in the HasLab cantina, like the benches and stuff. He actually sits pretty well, surprising for a figure without knee articulation.
I know, and he has such weird legs, right? They're like very like they're actually like dog legs, like hind dog legs.
Yeah. And again, I don't know if Hasbro would give him those legs, because I know Brutus has just normal booted legs, and they're apparently the same species. So I could see them, if they wanted to save money, giving him just normal booted legs, just anyone. But I do think the weird dog legs give him some uniqueness.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. Yeah, that's So good. So good, Emma. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Toy Fair magazine. That was how we got our toy news.
I remember. Yeah.
There wasn't any I mean, I didn't have the internet in my home till like 2001
No.
or so, 2002,
I
something
want to
like
say
that.
it was similar for me. And I
Yeah.
remember too, there would be, I don't know if it was of vehicles, like Hasbro would have, or Kenner at the time would have booklets that would just list characters. So like, hey, upcoming. And I remember getting that and seeing like, oh, they're making Bosk and being really excited. And the first time I saw Bosk was when I got him at the store, like what that figure looked like.
Yeah. That's how it was. Like you had to go to the store and just see what was new on the pegs, unless you were looking at Toy Fair, which had a lot of them in it. But
Yeah.
yeah, those are the days. Kids these days will never have any idea. We're the last. I think we're like the last generation to know what it was like pre and post digital age.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of grateful for that in a way, because it's you have a unique perspective. You know, you're old enough to remember the old ways, but young enough to know how to do all the technology and everything. Right. So anyway, yeah, no, those are great. Thank you again for sharing those with us. And anything else TVC related you want to touch on before we move on to new acquisitions?
Not really. I think we covered that pretty well.
Awesome. All right. Well, then I suppose that'll take us to the last segment of the show, which of course is, as always, is new acquisition.
Good. New acquisitions.
Sweet. So this is the time in the show where we do our show and tell portion. We talk about what we've added to our collections recently. Chat, you guys tell us what you've added to your collections. We'll read through them after we share. Emma, I just realized I left something over on the shelf. I need to go grab real quick.
Oh, no worries.
So I'm going to let you get us started with new acquisitions.
Sure.
All right. All right. Go for it.
So I have one new acquisition, and it would be QT from Disney's Build-A-Droid. And Victoria herself was very gracious to pick this up for me and send it to me. Unfortunately, I was in the process of traveling when she became available online, and I unfortunately missed that window. But like I was saying, Victoria, you were nice enough to pick one up for me. Yeah, I'm planning on opening all of these once they are all released, so then I can build the TC droid in one fell swoop.
Love it. Yeah, that's how I'm doing it too. I haven't opened any of them. I'm waiting until I get all 6, and then it'll be like playtime.
Christmas, yeah. But no, I mean, either Disney's not making a lot of these, or they're just selling out so quick. How did it feel like at the park? Like were they very plentiful, or?
So the first 2, I've been fortunate enough to be at the park for each release so far. I don't think that's going to hold anymore because like there's one coming out like the Friday before Easter, which I'm planning to go out of town, and then there's the other ones are just on Fridays. I'm not planning to be at the park because I have work or other stuff going on. So, but the first 2 are pretty similar. They're at the Droid Depot, and what they usually do with these Build-A-Droids or with the seasonal droids like the Halloween or the Christmas or whatever, they have like a little wall, and they're all just hanging on the pegs. And the first 2 droids, that's how it was. When I got the second droid, I remember asking the salesperson, like, are these being sold pretty quickly? And he said, yeah, usually within like a couple days they're gone. The last one though, the QT KT for her, they weren't. I got kind of scared because I remember Yakface had posted that somebody found one in the park, and I'm like, oh shoot, did they put them out early before I get to go? But then I went, and then I was kind of freaking out a little bit because I didn't see them in that spot. And I'm like, oh no, like maybe it really did happen. They sold through. But then I kind of walked around and I saw way in the back where you go to build a droid, where you purchase like to go collect the parts and assemble like a droid. They had him behind the register. So yeah, so it seemed like it was. I don't know how many they actually had, but it seemed like they were pretty limited if they were keeping him behind the register.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was been very fortunate with being able to get these at the park, and I hope that if I can't be at the park for the next few, that I can at least grab them online.
Yeah. I think the next droid's going to be probably one of the harder ones to get since he is an entirely new sculpt.
Is that the solo droid?
Solo droid, yeah.
Darn.
I know.
Trying to think, because I think they did a solo four pack.
They did. He was not in it. Who did?
Oh.
I'm trying to remember who was in that pack.
Let's look it up.
Yeah. I remember there was one of the droids with like a clear dome. It was kind of like a foggy, yellowy, clear color, if I remember correctly.
Not seeing it. I know I have it, but I'm not seeing it.
I know. But yeah, the solo one, the Force Awakens, the Last Jedi, like they all were released so close together. They're kind of all blending together for me.
What was the source for here? Look, here's this one. What was the source for this this pack here? I don't think it says on the box. I have no clue. I know I have this, but I don't know, like, I don't remember what film it was from or show or.
Sorry. Oh, that was just for the park itself, the droid depot, because those are all the droids that are standing out, like that they have.
Oh yeah, duh! Yeah. I should know this.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that was the Galaxy's Edge pack, I guess you could call it.
Right on. Yeah. So hopefully we can get them. What other acquisitions do you have?
That is it. It's been late on acquisitions. But I don't know. Some of these Amazon pre-orders, they keep jumping around where I might be getting the fifth brother and an AT-AT driver on Monday, but it's so bizarre because I still haven't received the Veers wave yet. So it's kind of all over the place.
Okay. All right. Well, I will share mine then. So firstly, let me jump over to my IG because I handily have a picture there. Now, I have received the General Veers wave from Entertainment Earth. And I think it's a pretty fine wave. I don't think it's the most exciting wave by any means, but it's got some pretty good ones. I haven't opened them yet.
Yeah.
But of course, Greedo, Pago the Lesser, General Veers, and the Snowtrooper Commander, which I love the hot pink on the Snowtrooper Commander.
I know, it looks so good.
Yeah, they need to use that more often. Also, you know what they haven't used in a while is the purple they did on the Harrison Dula figure.
Yeah.
Use that again. Yeah, so I got that. I also, let's see. So obviously, we're just talking about it, but I also got QTKT at the parks. And she is very, very cute for sure. I love the coloring on her. She just looks.
It really pops compared to the Entertainment Earth version.
Yeah, and even the first one that they did like 20 years ago.
Or that, yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, with the periscope sculpt.
While I was at the parks that day, I also there's something that I had just been passing on. Not because I didn't want it, because I just knew, like, well, it's not a priority and I'll get it eventually. I finally did it, and I'm so glad I did because it was an amazing decision. I finally got the Tauntaun popcorn bucket.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I've only seen photos of it, but it looks fantastic.
It does. It looks just like the Kenner figure.
I was going to say, it looks like the old Kenner figure.
Yeah, but I just love it. It's like the legs,
Weird.
and it does make sounds, which I didn't even know. So
Oh, wow.
let me switch. My dog's probably gonna get excited, but here, let's try this. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. I love it. I love it. I think I might even like it better than the Death Star, but
Yeah.
it's great. Oh, and an interesting feature is that it does have a posable like tail,
Oh, that's awesome.
so you can pose it like like a wire or something.
There's this, I saw a post on Instagram where one girl, the Jabba popcorn bucket from years ago that like he opens up on the mouth, she completely like rhinestoned it and made it into a purse. And I'm kind of obsessed and looking on eBay.
Gosh.
I might have to do that.
Ooh, and that was a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. And that one also makes sounds. Let's see what else do I got here. I think that's it for Star Wars. No, I'm lying. The one I had to go get off the shelf. Duh. And that's gonna be this fine little new release right here.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really good.
that's great.
It's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know it hadn't not occurred to me that it came with a display base.
I did not realize it came up with a display base also. I was going to ask if that was a base you had. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is cool. You could put it like mid stride.
Yeah.
And the trooper is really nice.
And
Trooper, I would like to have more of this trooper, I will say.
It's a cool design.
It is.
The flash
little,
cannon really makes me think of the episode 2 line, the saga.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the good old days.
Oh yeah.
Well, a lot of nostalgia for that era, but yeah, I mean, they rarely do like. They should do more of these little. They add a lot.
I agree.
Displays, but it is a really nice, very posable, great little piece. And then that is it for Star Wars. I got something new from my Jurassic collection. That is the Mutadon 2-pack.
Oh, cool.
From Jurassic World Rebirth. These were the some of the villain dinosaurs, which I don't know why a dinosaur needs to be a villain personally, because dinosaurs are dinosaurs, but these are really mutants. They're mutants.
A good dinosaur.
Yeah, I mean, these are technically mutants, so I guess I kind of get it. And yeah, so they basically they just have little buttons on the back, and you can kind of conceal. It's going to be hard to see here, but they kind of conceal the wounds that they have on their body. Okay. So it's an interesting, or in the case of this one, it kind of flaps its wings, and it's gone. I do like the translucent effect of the wings.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting a little bit of that with the light. Yeah,
you can see my finger through it. So that is pretty cool. That is a unique. I don't think I've seen that before in Mattel Jurassic. And then finally, I'm kind of late on these, but I've been going back and procuring these McFarlane Super Friends figures from.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I just totally slept on these, and they went over my head. So I've gone back and gotten a lot of them. So I haven't. I've only received. Yeah, the packaging's great. I've only received 3 so far, though. I think the others are in transit. And yeah, the back is really nice, very retro. So this is Batman, obviously. I've also received Aquaman.
Very cool.
Aquaman is cool. I also ordered Robin. I ordered Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Green Lantern, but they have not arrived. The only other one that I have is and this is this is Batman classic TV series, but this is the Bookworm right here. I know, such a great dorky villain, but
where's the dark gritty reboot of Bookworm?
I know, we're missing. Imagine that, if he was the villain of the next Batman film,
oh my god.
he reads all day and he comes out at night and inflicts his knowledge on unsuspecting victims. So yeah, I think that's it. I do want to share one other thing. I'm sure everyone's seen it, but I'm still on cloud 9 about it. Let me see if I have it up still. Do I have it up? Nope, I don't, but I'll pull it up. I will pull it up. So earlier this week, I went on a little, not too far of a journey, 90-minute journey to Tustin, California, where I got to experience the original 1992 Batman Returns Batmobile. Screen used. This is known as the Hero Car #1 because it's the one that has, it's not a stunt car, it has all the details on it. And it was absolutely gorgeous. Like, it was like a dream come true to actually see it in person and get up close and personal with it. They didn't let me take it for a ride. So darn, but it does function. But yeah, such a beautiful car. And what was interesting to me is how glossy and it is. But I guess in Batman 89, the car was like a matte finish, and then in Batman Returns, it's a gloss finish. So it was really gorgeous though in this gloss sort of finish. But yeah, just being up close with it and personal, getting to look inside it and walk around and take videos. There was nobody else like looking at it. I think I was the only like nerd that was obsessed with it. But yeah, it was just something to behold in person. Like,
so cool.
Yeah, I want one.
Fact that it was actually a built functioning vehicle. It's just
for sure.
So amazing.
Yeah, it was beautiful. They had a Batman like dummy thing there. Didn't look very good, but gives you the idea. The interior was like really detailed. I couldn't believe how many details were in there. Like just a bunch of knobs and switches and indicators, and yeah, just very, very interesting. It's funny because you grow up having the toys and seeing it on film, and through the toys you're like, okay, there's this detail, there's that detail, and that's cool. But then when you actually see those details in real life, it's like a whole other ball game. It's pretty mesmerizing, I gotta say. Even on the back behind where his head goes, there were switches and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, I had a great time seeing that in person. So I'm just mentioning it again because achievement unlocked. But that's it for me. Let's go into the comments and see what others are adding to their collections. Lots of acquisitions today. Must have missed this. I don't know what this was about. Space nachos and pork wings. Can't relate.
Favorite Cantina food. I agree. I think someone was saying I'd love to see Cantina characters come with something other than like a blaster or a cup.
Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
I mean, there's not really much food in the actual Cantina.
You don't see anybody eating in the scene.
No, there are, because I'm obsessed with that scene and I'm always noticing little details and stuff, but there are some little mini plates or something. So I don't know if there's bar nuts or something, and I don't know.
Maybe they had a taco truck out front.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we were all grumpy because the food truck canceled last minute, and he's like, oh.
Yeah, space tacos. Let's see here. All right, so Dodgson says, I went to the swap meet this early. I didn't come back with anything, although I did see a Kenner Dimetrodon and a 2002 Play School Jurassic Park Tyrannosaurus. Skipped both of them, but here's what I got last Saturday. Found Carter from the Lost World without his bike, and a broken large the Lost World Pachycephalosaurus for $10. I also found a chewed up Jurassic Park 3 Reacatech Spinosaurus, vendor gave it to me for free. What? Really?
Wow.
Nice. And then he says, oh, wait. I take that back. I found everything last Saturday for $9. Ooh. Good job, Dodgson. Thank you for sharing. Your acquisitions. James says, I'm a bit late because I had to hit pause for a bit, but Boshek is the only Cantina patron who directly impacts the plot. Let's see. Britt says, the Black Series, Quinlan Voss, Seventh Sister, Duels End Vader, Young Dooku, Kyle Katarn, Galley, Boba Fett, and then the new 4-inch Katara Avatar, The Last Airbender from Jazzwares. Very nice, Britt. P.W.1 says, new acquisitions. QTKT said my bubble was crushed and my collector card is bent. Darn. Blocky's champion class Stormtrooper, $10 or S10 NGS light armor class Vault collection box set, 3 Imperial armored commandos. Cool. Sci-Fi Dude says, I ordered the new TVC Kenobi and picked up a 3/4 inch loose Mother Talzin, Tool Score, Maris Brood, and Galen Merrick. Ooh. Those are good figures from a bygone era.
Mm-hmm.
Maris Brood was cool because she had like those baton like sabers, remember?
Oh yeah. She had the cool little man, that's what I need to cosplay as.
Yeah, they need to bring those back to like a character that has like baton sabers.
Mm-hmm.
This is TJ says, I was so busy I missed out on QTKT online because I was busy at work. Yep, relatable. Luckily, we had a family trip to Disneyland last week and I was able to pick them up from the droid depot behind the counter as well. Very cool. Glad you're able to get her.
Mm-hmm.
Adam says, apologies in advance, and none of my new acquisitions are TVC or TBS. My first was the Tomy Enterprise from Star Trek, the motion picture. Easily the most amazing vehicle since the barge. Ooh, that's high praise. Then I got a giant custom Great Hyperspace War relief from Palpatine's office. Chester Walsh made that one for me. Yes, I saw the picture of that one. It was beautiful, Adam. Yeah, that looked really, really, really cool. He also says, my Savage press from Hot Toys arrived. Ooh, very nice. I skipped that one. I don't know if I should have, but I did. And finally, I got the Regal Robot full-size replica Leap of Faith painting from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Very cool. Alex says, I received my 2-pack Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, a few Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe Classified Series, and Hammond Collection Moosaurus. Very nice. Let's see. July to November, I acquired General Veers, AT-AT Driver, Marok, Deluxe Mando, and IG-11 Marshall. Very cool.
Awesome.
Mary says, new for me since the last show, Hot Toys Savage Press and Galen Urso arrived. Ooh, you got your Galen Urso already? Dang, that quickly? Wow. Adam says, I miss where the Tauntaun came from. It came from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. That's where the Tauntaun was from. This is TJ says, also received the latest wave with Poggle, Veers, Greta, and the Snowtrooper. Then a Battle Droid 4-pack just came in a few minutes ago. Awesome. Let's see. Allison says, nothing on my end. Been waffling on a few pre-orders for Hot Toys. Goodness. Which ones? We'll steer you in the right direction, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dodgson is shutting down the soda fountain. Thank you, Dodgson. We appreciate you. And Adam is taking a last shot. And thank you, Sci-Fi Dude. Cool. I think those are all the acquisitions that I see in the chat. So thank you guys for sharing your acquisitions and letting us know what you've added to your collections. And I guess what else? What else? Is there anything else? Do we miss anything? Is there anything else we want to
I think that's it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Again, this was a ton of fun as always, and I would love to do some more mock-ups in the future. Like I said, just let me know what you want the theme to be, because I like the Rebels idea. Maybe that'll be the next theme.
That would be cool. And also, I think Imperials would be fun.
Rebels and Imperials. There we go. There's so many Imperial officers that would be so
There
easy.
are. And I'm still partial to the, I know Hasbro doesn't like to do it, but like the gray suit.
Yeah.
The commando.
Mm-hmm.
Or Death Squad commando or whatever it was.
Commando, yeah.
Death Squad.
Yes.
Um,
and I mean, an important thing with him is he has the weird headphones under his helmet. Yeah.
They probably were, you know why he has the headphones? Because they're listening to what the Death Troopers are saying.
That makes sense.
And it can't get out. No one else can hear because it sounds like garble or like that. So,
but yeah, I think Rebels and Imperials, I think that's going to be the next theme.
Love it. Cool. Well, we'll definitely have to talk those when the time comes. But Emma, genuinely, thank you so much for coming on and sharing all of those wonderful concepts with us. They were all gorgeous to look at, and they fill me with a lot of hope that at some point we're able to get those in our collections.
And honestly, like I said, 3-5 years ago, I would never expect any of those characters. But where Hasbro is and where the line's going, I think there's a stronger possibility now than ever.
Yeah. Cool. Well, my friends in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us, our viewers. We really appreciate you being here for Cantina Coffee Hour. We will be back next week, most likely on Friday night at our normal time. So I'll fill you guys in as we get closer to that. The following week, however, we will be off since it is holiday weekend with Easter holiday, and I probably won't be home. So we will we'll reconnect the following after that. But next week we will see you guys same time on Friday. Emma, thank you so much once again for being here, and let us know one more time where on IG people can go to look for your concepts.
You can go to local GoTool, and yeah, I will be continuing to post some more concepts, and please feel free to engage. Let me know what people want to see, because you know, if you want to see more Cantina aliens, just let me know and I'll make them.
Absolutely. Well, we would love to see that. And yes, thank you everybody once again for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you. And yeah, if you're catching us on the replay, then definitely make sure you watch the whole thing. That way you get to see all of those concepts here on Cantina Coffee Hour. And no matter where you're tuning in from around the galaxy, thank you guys so much for watching Cantina Coffee Hour. We will see you next week. Be well, be safe. May the force be with you. And we will see all of you guys really soon. Peace out, everybody.